What is up, suppers? It is Dives, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Welcome to the Suit Up Podcast. The Suit Up Pod can be found on iTunes and Spotify. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching us here on the TPL YouTube channel. Today, we are going to react to the first episode of Season 2 of The Umbrella Academy. Episode 1, right back where we stand. And joining me today is Ryan. Ryan, are you ready to suit up?
I'm ready to suit up. Let's do this. Woo!
I am Iron Man.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
The Force will be with you, always.
A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun.
I do this all day. What's but a smile on that face?
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
All right, guys. Joining me today is my man, Bat Nipples. Follow him on Twitter at JustRyan. Again, you can find him at Movies Matrix. You can find him at Geekly Goods. Check them out at Movies Matrix on Twitter, at Geekly Goods on Twitter. What's going on, man?
Yo, what's going on, Deebs, man? I'm excited to be back, and I'm just excited to be watching this show again. It's been quite a long wait because I binged the first season within the first weekend, and it's been at least a year and a half since that was. So I'm happy to be back, man.
Love it, man. Thank you so much for joining. Lo is taking a break, but let's take care of business, dude. I've done something. I've joined Movies Matrix. Holy shitballs. So I've written a couple articles. I've written top 10 most emotional Pixar moments. I've done a thing on the Bad Batch for our Star Wars and Clone Wars fans. There's this new show coming out in 2021. Huge fan of the Bad Batch coming out. Anything you want to plug, Ryan, before we talk about episode 1?
Yeah, guys, like Deeb said before, you can always catch me over at Movie Matrix and geeklygoods.com. A part of that awesome team. Me and Chris are both a part of everything. We got some great things coming with DC fandom in August in general. That's just over there. But you guys, if you guys want to find me personally, he said my Twitter, but you guys can always find me at the Geek Fix Podcast. Over at YouTube, I do a weekly podcast with my co-host, AJ. And more recently, we've been doing a lot more guest shows, which is awesome. But we also do more personal shows, and we just talk about news and stuff like that. And then I do at least an edited video every other week. I want to make sure I got that right. Yeah, every other week I do a scripted video. And my next one's actually going to be on the full season 2 of The Umbrella Academy. So catch you guys over there.
Yes. And this Tuesday, we have our animated draft. We did the comic book movie draft. It was a massive success, I think. Tons of fun. And coming up on Tuesday, we're going to pick our top animated films of all time. We're going to do a live draft, and we're going to, throw all the brackets on Twitter. So make sure you follow Suit Up TPL on Twitter for the brackets coming up probably next Wednesday if you're watching this on Saturday. So tons of fun, man. My boy Chad, one of the leaders of Movies Matrix, has the number 1 pick, and it's just been a blast to watch him fret and freak out about having the number 1 pick. I don't know what I would pick with the number 1 pick. That is a lot of pressure. And before I throw it back to you, I have the pick before my co-host Loretto and Leo from Geekly Goods. So I am so psyched. I can't wait to take their movie, man.
Oh my God, dude. I'm so jealous. Me and Amanda are right next to each other. She has 1 above me. And then I think AJ, my co-host, is 2 apart from me somewhere. But dude, it's going to be great. And I'm at the bottom of the list this time. So after seeing how the comic book draft went for me, I'm not feeling too bad that I'm in the bottom this time, because I was fairly in the top last time, but now I'm at the bottom. So hopefully this works out better for me.
So make sure you lock it down to Suit Up TPL on Twitter. All the brackets coming up next week. And I think we can agree, Ryan, right? Beat Amanda. Do not let Manda go back-to-back champions.
I don't need to win. No. I just need to beat Manda. That's it. I just need to beat Manda. Then my life is complete.
All right, today we are talking about our top takeaways. We're going to give a grade to the first episode of season 2 of the Umbrella Academy. Dude, what was some of your top takeaways from this episode?
I kind of like where they kind of just started the episode right where the end of the season when they just told us that they all went to the same exact place, just in different times. Sometimes they were years apart, sometimes they were even days apart by the time we see 5. And I think I just really like all the development that they did within the first episode alone, because each character got there at a different time. So like Klaus was there maybe 2 years before the next person, and so forth for some other people. Vanya lost her memory.
Yeah.
That I thought I don't want to give too much negativity towards this episode, but I thought that was kind of an odd thing to go with the second season so far, because it seems like they're going to rely heavily on that in the second season, especially after the first season where she didn't really know she had any powers. And it seems like a rehash of what they're kind of doing with season 1. I'm only halfway through the season, guys, so I'm not going to judge it on that completely. Hopefully it has a huge payoff like the end of season 1 did. But yeah, everyone's in a different part of Dallas, Texas, and the trailers didn't give away too much.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely surprised that this kind of revolves all around the JFK assassination. And I told you before we started, I'm a huge sucker for like movies and TV shows for the JFK assassination and stuff like that. And so I think they chose a really good timeline. And I also like what they do with Allison's character. I think they give she was definitely a mid-tier character in the first season for me. They didn't give her too much on that spectrum, but they put her in a time where an African-American woman and an African-American in general, they're just brutalized. And you see that through the show. And I think it gives her a chance to really, one, allow the actress to show her acting chops more so from season 1, and 2, show the character in a different environment that they never fully experienced. And I guess that goes for all of the other characters, except for maybe the exception of 5. But yeah, man, that's a quick little wrap up of what I think of just the beginning so far, man. It's great.
Yeah, really strong episode. I go straight to the intro. You saw the Allison I heard a little rumor, and just blow the minds of 3 Soviets. That was really, really badass moment. I went straight. I love the 60 vibes. I went straight to like X-Men Days of Future Past. Like it
Totally.
It works. Like this team, obviously they were kind of fast forwarding in time, and then we see all of our guys kind of go back. You know, Klaus is in 1960, Luther's in 1962, Vanya's in 1963, and we didn't really know what the plot was. But my biggest take from this episode, and it was so much fun having all of these movie references within these like first 10 minutes, man. So I don't know if you picked this up, but we saw a Terminator reference from Hazel, like "Come with me if you want to live." We saw an X-Files reference from Fives. He was like, "The truth is out there." Huge X-Files fan.
They make a Star Wars one too.
Star Wars?
Yeah, they make a Star Wars one too. It's something about Hargrave being their father. I don't remember the line exactly, but it's like, "You are my father," some shit like that. I thought it was great.
Dude, it was so good. And actually like went straight to Terminator 2. When you see Diego and his and that female partner run, through that mental hospital, just like Sarah Connor, like, and they're running through, like, the entire time I was expecting like Arnold like to come out of an elevator in like his leather jacket and his shotgun and be like, and like save the day. So I thought that was really, really strong. And man, I just, any other takes about this episode, dude?
This isn't with the episode entirely. It's more of the Netflix part of this. Since Netflix, they release the whole season at once, and then sometimes in like Stranger Things case is it's 2+ years till another season comes out. I felt like they're kind of, this is what happened last time on the show right before you start the season, kind of didn't get a lot of the beats from the first season, because I'm not going to spoil the other 2 episodes right now, but down the line with episodes 2, 3, and 4, there's a lot of things that I forgot from the first season that the kind of, hey, this is what you missed last time on the show completely didn't remind me of. It was more of who the characters were. And I thought we already really knew who they were and not what they went through in the first season. It's not really a complaint towards the show. It's more of a Netflix, this is what happened last time thing. But yeah, dude, I think this was a really fantastic first episode, especially off of a great first season. And I was looking at the episode order for this, and I thought it was weird that it had 10 episodes, because I thought the first season had 13. Then I went back and it had only 10. I'm like, no way. Holy shit. I'm really losing my mind between all these different streaming platforms at this point. But yeah, man, it's great. And I really like that they're confident in their characters to hold their own for at least an entire episode, especially in a short 10 episode season. So I would probably give this episode a 9 out of 10 in my books.
Yeah, I'm right around that like 8.5 out of 10 range. I really, really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
I got to give some nods. So you know how I'm a film score guy. I'm a song guy. We didn't see the score. We didn't see like the heavily violin theme from the first season, but I really, really enjoyed the song choices in this episode. You had "I Did It My Way" by Frank Sinatra, while you see Nuke dropping on the U.S. That was really, really effective. You saw a cover of Maroon 5's "Crazy" while you see D'Angelo escaping the mental hospital.
Mental hospital.
So good. 8.5 out of 10. I think it was a really strong episode. Absolutely bought me in for the next. I mean, obviously I was going to watch the second episode, but yeah, absolutely great episode. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up, man?
Yeah, guys, you really need to check out the show. Me and Deebs were both talking about it. This is probably one of the best, if not the best, Netflix shows out right now. So definitely please go check it out over that show that they called Cursed, because I feel cursed whenever I watched it. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, guys, you guys should definitely check out at least the first episode if you really enjoyed the first season. Great character development.
Yes.
And the CGI is great. I think the CGI in the show. It definitely, I feel like it got better within the season so far.
Yeah, and great. I love how you talked about character development. Great chemistry between these characters, Klaus and Ben, and there's just so many characters that you absolutely will fall in love with. Man, thanks for joining. Make sure you lock it down to the Suit Up channel over there on Twitter at SuitUpTPL. For Ryan, for myself, thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome.
Peace, guys.
I am Iron Man.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
The Force will be with you. Always.
A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun.
I do this all day. What's but a smile on that face?
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
Some men just want to watch the